The information in this webcast is intended for a mature audience.
Hola, everybody! How are you doing? Oh my goodness, favor upon us all. You know, I speak a favor over us all. How are you doing out there? You beautiful, shiny people. What are you doing? Are you shining bright for the timeline? You know, right? So much going on around you. You know, through you and in you and around and in. Oh my goodness, son, there's a lot of stuff, you know. A lot of angles to consider, you know. Right, well, you know, we have a favor. So if you have never spoken that over your life, go ahead and do that. You know, that's, what do you do? You know, Basto, be of service to others, all right? Thank you for hitting the like button, you know. And all you know, you got to feed the algorithms, you know, they say about that. All right, how did your week, you know? How are you doing this new 2022? A lot of crisscrossing the timelines, eh? In and out of frequencies and waves, oh my goodness, you know, there's holding the peace within, you know, that is the favorable whole being, if you will, you know. So, but, you know, a lot of the bad timeline creators are ending, you know, being found out. Because all the things hidden in the secret will be revealed. It's a timeline issue, you know, the great revealing, revelation, revealing. That is what that means. It's a word, you know. And so, you know, you've done a great job. Yes, you. Look at you, holding the space, you know. Bringing in, knowing you are the amplifier, the battery, you know. You can store in the good stuff and you can perceive and understand all the other stuff, you know. Many angles, you know. So, good job out there, you know. So, away from the bully energy, you know. Woo-hoo-hoo. That is so good, you know. Now it is time to the balance with the space. Woo. The taco pops are going everywhere. All right, here we go. You know, it's a full cycle is on the show. So here we begin, certainly. One season of our human experience is being lifted to the higher levels of peace, ease, and good character. With your every thought and the body, mind, heart, structure, movement, you know. Notice how this is working, you know, the ending of the fearful self-destruction cycle. You feel it, it's a pinching. And a new one is upon us, you know. So, now it's time, you know, the time since we have all done this before, you know, some sources have made a better choices to affect the system. So that all the other cycles would not recreate the lower, you know, holding the low frequency, no matter what, you know. Meaning not being distracted with the low character energy and making good choices, you know, based on observation. To the clear, honest pathways where the love communication is abounding, you know. So it's good, you know. Removing the inability in our hearts and minds from being subverted. All right. Instead, you know, a clear pioneer leading in the front, you know. So we're dealing with our minds, the pioneer, the perception. Cortez has spent many suns and moons researching, you know, reasoning from the highest level of taco position 40 times. It's a codex, all right? So perception seemed to be the more difficult practice, yes. Okay, we remember on the last perceptions, we defined it as our interpretation of how we see the world around us and how we experience it. So it has so much to do with whatever we hear and whatever we speak. You know, many in the system asking, hey, what did you say? What did you mean by that? You know, that's so good. You know, like bring the understanding. You know, you've got to ask clearly so that there is no misperceptions, you know. You have to talk and communicate. So Cortez always loves when an intelligent person clarifies their understanding instead of creating through only lower reaction. Yes, it's all you know. It's a program. So remember the example. You know, person A wakes up at 6 a.m. Person A says it's early. While a person B says, oh, it's late. Or person B was after work in an hour, so they had to be up earlier, so it's 6 a.m. early or late, who is wrong, who is right, all the points are in the dilation, time dilation. So it's a theory of special relativity, the slowing down of a clock. You are a clock, as determined by an observer, is in a relative motion with respect to the clock, so it's paying attention to that is very good, So thank you for being on the Cortez show today. We're going through it. Yes, we are. All right. As we go through, we will touch the ceiling and the dance floor, with the understanding of the sounds and the body vibration frequencies. So you see, consciousness is combining the frequencies and the images together. Words through the voice box are the first magic we learn as a baby to achieve our conscious life. These concepts of a language and words become important because of perception simply due to reading response and choosing verbal response to action. So it's a little trick, a little mechanism, a little machine. It's organic until it is not. But, So, remember, many suggest that with the activation of the voice box in this reality, the human being creating like gods. Oh, so that this completely destroys all the previous teaching about what a god is, Whoa. So even, so kind of like a sex, but the words rolling off the tongue. Magic is the extension of a spoken word, to control or adjust the perception. So all the things around could be presuming that you are paying attention for the magic, So yes, even at your pineal gland, where the perception and the wonders of the imagination are activated in this world, When your pineal gland is awakened and your kundalini is awakened, you can read the energies. So the influence over the elites or yourself, when your pineal gland is awakened, you can, intentionally neutralize the mentality, It's energetic thought forms, So, you've got their cojones by the tacos. By holding to what you know is a love frequency and to bringing that energy in the body, mind, heart complex within. So, these cycles have been going on a long time. It's a knowledgeable mind to know that. So we study all the known and occulted references. Yes, for, the controller, the best way is through controlling a thing called the language and the information. So, controlling all the forms of information that come to us in different ways, even through religion and through the schools and through the television. That is something that really hypnotizes the people, keeps them kind of not connected, It's the conditioning at the same time. So controllers understand how deep the conditioning is when the people can realize they shouldn't trust the mainstream, but they trust the mainstream religious system, that wants to dominate the planet. Oh my God, this is a way of thinking, of course, Woo! All right. But some do not seem to realize that perhaps the ones that control the media, the politicians also control all of these things, So this is a problem on the planet. So, we learn a little about the words, so we can make the good magic, right? All right. Yes, there are a lot of books on the word power, incantation, declaration, and imbibing spirits, However, words are powerful in defining our reality. They define our perspective and our perception, Words create what we see today all around us. Look, words. These, that. It was a word, supposedly, that spoke and caused a great appeal. Anybody see the taco truck, beep, beep. Oh, he's so happy he's mentioned, the taco truck origin story about the great love of the taco, and the big expansion, Woo! That is something we can get to behind, Yes, but the things are in upheaval. So the Bible is probably one of the most widely read spell books, possibly, that the person who's reading seldom ever knows. It's a spell book, but it is something that I can sense can really help us with the knowledge of all the angles, So, we use the technology called knowledge with the powers of the words and the art. You are the art, making the words a magic. All right? Okay. Some spiritual teachings have suggested the world is made of space, expansive and infinity, air, mobility, fire, temperature, water, fluidity, and the earth, solidity. These 5 elements are not based on the physical qualities, but the spiritual qualities, Besides these 5, it's a spiritual energy, the world is also made of words, because we live in a world that relies on the words. When the words are spoken aloud, they transform into sound of frequency, vibration, which are some of the fundamentals of building blocks of the matter. So the thing is, the words don't matter in the end, but the matter is the matter nonetheless. So the physical world we live in is of the matter. You are of a matter, Therefore, it is also made of a sound frequency and the vibration. You, the uterus, in a resonant expression of the whole vibration. All right? Yes, GB, good job. A spoken word is sound frequency vibration, giving it the power to affect how the energy manifests itself into physicality. Oh, yes, you're getting it. You on a Cortez show. You understand these things. All right. Okay. So, Mr. Head, how are you today in the back? Working. He's constantly working on the Cortez show, working on the life, working in the structures. He's a good researcher also, gotta say, All right, so this is what it is about. Mr. Hen? Oh, you said it's everything going smoothly. Okay, so now we're back, to understand why the words have the power to deceive you. You need to know one of the occult definitions of the word language. To find one of the occult definitions of the word language, you see, you need to split the words into 3 words. Very much like understanding that the Latin requires the same process. Yes, see, they're built on it. Normally, it would be 3 words into 1, but many other words, 4, sometimes 5. Study the definitions of the newly created words so you know what they mean on a deeper level. When you separate the word language into 3 different words, it transforms into language. So 3 words, lang, is a feminine Chinese Vietnamese name for orchid. An orchid, very beautiful, And the Vietnamese lang changes this to the masculine context, meaning, ooh, unicorn. Okay, so you have a unicorn now. All right. Coming from the Kailan, what a Kailan is translated from Vietnamese to Latin, we get the word unicornas. Wow. The Kailan was a dragon-type creature and was said to only protect the noble ones. I wonder, who still I think would have a problem? It was also known as the Kulangur, the god of the war, in the harmony of mythology. So now we have Lang, a monster that protects the noble ones, and Gu, the god of the war, the age of the ages of the zodiac. Hence, languages are the monsters of the war to protect the noble ones, or the golden gods throughout the ages. Oh my gosh! So when we talk about the language, we have no freaking clue what we're really saying or what the word is. Oh, the dragons are everywhere. Taco truck. Beep, beep. Hey, maybe they like hot tacos. All right. So, the language system is an effective tool of magic, The Cortez talk about the magic all the time, Sometimes it's in a taco sauce, sometimes it's in a reality eater, So to help us communicate to one another, we have a magic language. However, because of our, ignorance of Latin and the structures and the power of words, the dark forces, the false gods, the negative entities have used it against us to wage a war on mankind for many ages, They've used the language to divide the mankind, to prevent us from communicating to other people who speak a different language, Like a little Nimrod closing up the Babel Tower. Oh, making it into a pizza place. Oh, they have the best pizza in the first journeys from my homeland, So, manifestation requires you to have a balance and fundamentally, or awakening, or fluctuation of reality, because the negative and the positive is playing out. But the negative forgot the consequence to the broken love, They broke the sequence. When the negative energies are lost in the only timeline they energetically know, but through feeding on the energies. So, the negative energies are pushing its agenda, The agenda is a frequency, a holographic expression within everybody in the field. That's how they know to do it, to affect everybody's frequency. Allowing a negative regress timeline to overtake your consciousness. Oh, what is direct programming? What is a new beginning? You are a structure. It's a fluctuating of a collapse of timelines. It's all a quantum structure that's connected like a map. It's a matrix. You are in the timeline of specific frequency and vibration, and you are locked into the structure by overtaking it, How? Through frequency vibration. You adjust, and affect. Just like that. Constantly then projecting on you. So, from you, no more narrative of the other, So, that's how we do it. All right, everybody. That is a quick perceptions for you today, It's very good to just run the numbers, Give it the time. Cortez has 3 more to go on perceptions before we move into the other things, So it is very good that we do these short, small tacos for you. All right, it's pretty simple, though. Basically operate in love, compassion, and service to others, That's really all we have to do. To move spiritually, to take time for ourselves, To do the things that cultivate the spiritual growth, to live in harmony with the nature, These are just the simple, basic things, That if we do those things, we're moving in a good direction. We do not need to do any dogma right now, people, Follow the instincts, With the Dharma, we have the eternal ways, the eternal wisdom, the eternal truths, right in the asking. Asking you shall receive is the basic principles of the metaphysical world, We've gotten really high on the ages, All right, well, it was all about the evolutionary leaps. When the shields are down at the times of the magnetic pole is reversing, and then, of course, the grand solar minimums, as the Cortez reports, it means we are blasted with the more cosmic energy, and everything is evolving, That is how it works. So, if we choose to go wrong, we will. And if we do our thing like we do it, then we will raise above all this progressive nonsense into the grand progression for human, So, all right, so wake up and smell the tacos. You're a beautiful people. It's a rarity to have such a good time together. So I say, gracias to the universe. A little bit of ingredients for the love taco. Okay, all right. Okay, Taco Tanak, beep, beep. Oh, he says his mind is blown and the tacos are going everywhere again. Okay, Okay, we are at our next taco show revealing another angle of perception. and how the magic is used to manipulate and uplift the frequencies through intention, words, and sigils, okay? Through the word magic, we will get the tacos, okay? So, hey, you like a taco? I like a taco too, all right? Okay, we'll see you on the next Cortez show, the new human series coming soon. Okay, adios, parios, all right.
Feel very relaxed. I want you to just close your eyes.